through real quickly.
Good evening and welcome to the Village of Westmont official voting board meeting for March 21st, 2011. I'd like to begin by having our clerk take the roll call, please.
Mayor Ron?
Here.
The clerk's here. Trustee Emery?
Here.
Trustee Fleming?
Here.
Trustee Forsley?
Here.
Trustee Klebanow? Here. Trustee Scott?
Here.
Trustee Seneca? Here. Manager Searle?
Here.
Attorney Zemanek?
Here.
Police Chief Mulhern? Here. Fire Chief Trout?
Here.
Economic Development Director and Assistant Manager Kimball?
Here.
Acting Finance Director Parker?
Here.
Thank you. Join us in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. First item, minutes of the Committee of the Whole meeting held March 3rd and board meeting held March 7th, 2011. Do we have a motion?
So moved, Seneca.
Second, Scott.
Discussion? Hearing no discussion, roll call on the minutes, please.
Trustee Seneca?
Yes.
Trustee Klebanow?
Yes.
Trustee Fleming?
Yes.
Trustee Scott?
Yes.
Trustee Forsley?
Yes.
Trustee Emery? Yes.
Moving right along, reports. I have nothing to report at this time, except that I would like to request an executive session regarding personnel. Moving right along, our village clerk.
I have nothing tonight, Mayor.
Okay, thank you. Village Attorney John Zemanek.
Thanks, Mayor. Nothing tonight.
Village Manager Ron Searle.
I have nothing as well.
Thank you. New business. Variance request 132 South Cass. Board to consider ordinances approving zoning code variance requests from Uncle Bubs for the following. A, zoning code variance request to permit an electronic message board in the B1 Limited Business District. B, zoning code variance request to increase the number of allowable signs. And 3, zoning code variance request to increase the maximum gross square footage of signage.
Motion to approve A. Scott.
Second, Forsley.
Okay. Discussion on point A.
Just, and I didn't get a chance to look at what, John, you put together, but the other signs are coming down, the 2, and that's all in there then?
Correct. So now they will have 3 signs instead of the one that's permitted, and that's how the ordinance is drafted. Okay. I think they had 5 before they voluntarily took some down.
Okay.
Any other questions? Roll call, please.
Trustee Scott?
Yes.
Trustee Forsley?
Yes.
Trustee Emery?
I'm not happy, but yes.
Trustee Seneca?
Yes.
Trustee Klebanow?
Yes.
Trustee Fleming?
Yes.
Okay. Item B.
Motion to approve, Scott.
Second,
B.
Forsley.
Discussion. Roll call.
Trustee Forsley?
Yes.
Trustee Scott?
Yes.
Trustee Emery?
Yes.
Trustee Seneca?
Yes.
Trustee Fleming?
Yes.
Trustee Klebanow?
Yes.
Point C.
Motion to approve, Scott.
Second, Forsley.
Discussion. Roll call.
Trustee Scott?
Yes.
Trustee Fleming?
Yes.
Trustee Klebanow?
Yes.
Trustee Emery?
Yes.
Trustee Seneca?
Yes.
Trustee Forsley?
Yes.
Next item, variance request, 200 East Ogden Avenue. Board to consider ordinances approving the following requests from Westmont M Imports. A zoning code variance request to increase the number of allowable signs. And B, zoning code variance request to increase the maximum gross square footage of signage. We have a motion on point A.
So moved, Emery. Second, Seneca.
Discussion? Roll call.
Trustee Emery?
Yes.
Trustee Klebanow?
Yes.
Trustee Fleming?
Yes.
Trustee Scott?
Yes.
Trustee Forsley?
Yes.
Trustee Seneca?
Yes.
Okay, point B.
So moved, Emery.
Second, Scott.
Discussion? Roll call.
Trustee Emery?
Yes.
Trustee Klebanow?
Yes.
Trustee Fleming?
Yes.
Trustee Scott?
Yes.
Trustee Forsley?
Yes.
Trustee Seneca?
Yes.
Okay. Next item, development permit request 9 and 11 West Quincy. Board to consider an ordinance approving a downtown business development permit request by IMS Credit Card Processing Company for second floor offices at 9 and 11 West Quincy.
Motion to approve, Emery?
Second, Fleming.
Discussion? Hearing no discussion, roll call, please.
Trustee Emery?
Yes.
Trustee Forsley?
Yes.
Trustee Scott?
Yes.
Trustee Klebanow?
Yes.
Trustee Seneca?
Yes.
Trustee Fleming?
Yes.
Variance request, 420 East Ogden. Board to consider an ordinance approving a zoning code variance request from AutoNation to increase the number of allowable signs.
Motion to approve, Emery?
Second, Seneca?
Discussion? Roll call.
Trustee Seneca?
Yes.
Trustee Forsley?
Yes.
Trustee Scott?
Yes.
Trustee Fleming?
Yes.
Trustee Klebanow?
Yes.
Trustee Emery?
Yes.
Thank you. Next item, variance request, 328 South Wilmette. Board to consider an ordinance approving a zoning code variance request from AT&T to permit more than 3 antennas on a structure.
Motion to approve, Emery?
Second, Scott.
Discussion? Hearing no discussion, roll call.
Trustee Emery?
Yes.
Trustee Scott?
Yes.
Trustee Forsley?
Yes.
Trustee Seneca?
Yes.
Trustee Fleming?
Yes.
Trustee Klebanow?
Yes.
Class 6 liquor license, 1 East Ogden. Board to consider an ordinance increasing the number of available Class 6 liquor licenses so that a liquor license is available for issuance to Walgreens at 1 East Ogden Avenue.
Motion to approve, Emery?
Second, Seneca?
Discussion? Roll call.
Trustee Emery?
Yes.
Trustee Seneca?
Yes.
Trustee Fleming?
Yes.
Trustee Scott?
Yes.
Trustee Forsley?
Yes.
Trustee Klebanow?
Yes.
Next item, audit firm extension. Board to consider motions, A, approving an extension of Sikich LLP as the village's independent audit firm for fiscal year 2010-2011, and authorizing staff to release a request for proposal, an RFP for audit services for a 3-year period beginning with the fiscal year 2011-2012 year.
Motion to approve item A, Emery?
Second, Scott.
Discussion on item A. Hearing no discussion, roll call.
Trustee Scott?
Yes.
Trustee Forsley?
Yes.
Trustee Emery?
Yes.
Trustee Seneca?
Yes.
Trustee Klebanow?
Yes.
Trustee Fleming?
Point B.
Yes.
Motion to approve, Seneca?
Second, Forsley.
Discussion? Roll call.
Trustee Seneca?
Yes.
Trustee Forsley?
Yes.
Trustee Scott?
Yes.
Trustee Fleming?
Yes.
Trustee Klebanow?
Yes.
Trustee Emery?
Yes.
Next item, DuPage Mayors and Managers Conference Legislative Action Program. Board to consider a resolution that will endorse the DuPage Mayors and Managers Conference 2011 Legislative Action Program.
Motion to approve, Emery?
Second, Forsley.
Discussion? Roll call.
Trustee Emery?
Yes.
Trustee Forsley?
Yes.
Trustee Scott?
Yes.
Trustee Klebanow?
Yes.
Trustee Fleming?
Yes.
Trustee Seneca?
Yes.
Next item, recapture agreements for Hidden View Drive reconstruction. Board to consider ordinances approving the following. A recapture agreement affecting 22 East 56th Street for utility and roadway improvements proposed on Hidden View Drive. And B, a recapture agreement affecting 25 Hidden View Drive for utility and roadway improvements proposed on Hidden View Drive. Do we have a motion for point A?
So moved, Emery?
Second, Scott.
Discussion? Roll call.
Trustee Scott?
Yes.
Trustee Fleming?
Yes.
Trustee Seneca?
Yes.
Trustee Forsley?
Yes.
Trustee Emery?
Yes.
Trustee Klebanow?
Yes.
Point B.
Motion to approve, Seneca?
Second, Forsley.
Discussion? Roll call.
Trustee Seneca?
Yes.
Trustee Klebanow?
Yes.
Trustee Fleming?
Yes.
Trustee Scott?
Yes.
Trustee Emery?
Yes.
Trustee Forsley?
Yes.
Finance ordinance number 22.
We have before us on this 21st day of March 2011, a finance ordinance in the amount of $1,001,688.52.
Motion to approve Seneca?
Second, Emery.
Discussion? Roll call.
Trustee Seneca?
Yes.
Trustee Forsley?
Yes.
Trustee Scott?
Yes.
Trustee Fleming?
Yes.
Trustee Klebanow?
Yes.
Trustee Emery?
Yes.
Purchase orders.
Motion to approve is a block for $236,891.22.
Second?
Discussion, purchase orders. Hearing no discussion, roll call, please.
Trustee Forsley?
Yes.
Trustee Seneca?
Yes.
Yes. Trustee Fleming?
Yes.
Trustee Scott?
Yes.
Trustee Klebanow?
Yes.
Trustee Emery?
Yes.
Thank you. Now, unless there's something else to come before the board at this time, I would entertain a motion to go into executive session.
So moved, Emery.
Second, Scott.
And again, the purpose is personnel.
Roll call.
Trustee Emery?
Yes.
Trustee Klebanow?
Yes.
Trustee Fleming?
Yes.
Trustee Scott?
Yes.
Trustee Forsley?
Yes.
Trustee Seneca?
Yes.
Thank you. We're now adjourned to executive session.